Revelation 3193. From the 18th and the 19th of July 1944. Prince of Lies. End Times. Binding by God. The giver of truth is opposed by the Prince of Lies, and he truly has great power over people who are indifferent to the truth but all the more receptive to his work. Error and lies are always accepted more willingly. Truth, however, finds resistance and rejection, and this is due to the fact that the adversary of truth speaks to people's liking, that thus what he offers people prefer to listen to and they gladly give up the truth in return, for truth demands renunciation of the pleasures of this world, but error and lies favor the latter and will therefore find much more favor than truth. And yet, truth will defeat the lie, for truth is God himself, and truly no adversary will be able to withstand him as soon as he seriously takes action against him. The merciful time of self-redemption comes to an end, and with it also the power of God's adversary. For his power rose and fell with the strength of will of the spiritual, which in the last embodiment on earth could freely use its will. As soon as this will resists him, the power of the adversary is also broken. The more the time of redemption approaches its end, the weaker people's wills are, and therefore the more they are under the control of the one who fights the truth in order to gain power over the spiritual. For truth strengthens the human being and gives him strength to resist. This battle between truth and lies, light and darkness, knowledge and ignorance is particularly obvious in the last days before the end, for the person who represents truth will be fought by his fellow human beings, whom the opponent of truth already has such a hold on that he determines them to take the unnatural action of raping people's thinking. He will use cunning and power towards those who know the pure truth from God and defend it, and cunning where people have not yet grasped the truth in all its depth and yet are willing to serve it. And God will stand by both, distributing strength and enlightening the spirit, so that people can resist this approach. God does not force people to accept the truth, he only offers it to them, leaving it up to their free will whether and to what extent they make use of it. But in the end only the truth will remain, and every error, every lie, and at the same time the Prince of Lies will be banished. He will no longer find an opportunity to poison people with it, for only the truth will remain. Everything else will perish, just as the old earth perishes, and with it everything that lies on it, with the exception of those who walk in truth and are raptured beforehand through the love of God. The truth lasts forever, but the lie is transient, for only that which has its origin in God is eternal. And no matter how much the world is permeated by error and lies at present, no matter whether lies and error dominate people's thinking, they will not prevail, for God himself works in the same measure, and he dispenses the truth wherever it is desired, and like an avalanche the truth will grow and carry everything away, as soon as God, as the eternal truth, declares war on his adversary. Worldly speaking, error does gain the upper hand, but only for this earth, which does not last forever. And since the time of the end has come, the lie and error will once again rage in all its strength. It will want to destroy the truth, and the means used by God's adversary are indicative of his opposition. And therefore God himself binds him and takes away his power for a long time. And during this time truth alone will reign, and lies and error will be banished amongst people. They recognize God and his working, they know about his love, wisdom and omnipotence, they know that he is the truth himself, and they surrender to him in all humility of heart, and their thinking is right. Amen.